Hello, folks, and welcome back to Three Hits with Rosey. Quickly, number one, I want to touch on the whole Dan Kelly linesman thing. I know we talked about it today on the show, but on Twitter and stuff, I'm noticing like an alarming amount of chatter about that being justified, and the player just needs to listen to the ref when he says, get off the ice, and that's what happens when you don't do what you're told. And I'm just shocked at that because I just dare you to venture out to, say, the NBA and a referee grabs a pretty, a high-profile player on a high-profile team and just starts roughing him up and shoving him, like, down into his chair on the sidelines. NFL game, ref grabs a player, just starts manhandling, shoving him. We just all watched the World Cup of soccer. Imagine a ref grabs a player and just starts shoving and throwing him around. It's just unprecedented, and it doesn't happen. And then some people are like, well, stop being a pussy, man. It's hockey. Like, you guys got to toughen up. It's like, exactly. It's hockey. It is a tough sport. It is a physical sport. Why are the linesmen in there causing that much chaos on a simple little scrum? They should back the hell off and just let the players deal with it. And then they're always in there chiming off, being in the background. Hey, boys, clear it up. Hey, let's go. Period's over, boys. Period's over. And they do that, and then it dissipates. For a linesman to do that, you're setting like an outrageously bad precedent. So I can't believe the chatter from some of the weirdos on Twitter that think that was actually okay. Number two, we're getting Morgan Rielly back here pretty soon, and also get the feeling that some people lately have been like, oh, maybe we don't need him as much as we thought, and hey, we've been playing real good without him. And it's like, dude, I don't think you realize how beneficial Morgan Rielly is to this defensive core. I mean, offensively, he's a defenseman that chips in majorly, and he's a presence felt on the power play, which hasn't been clicking lately, but just his overall presence in the D core, I think, is much more than people give him credit for right now, because the back end has been so on fire without him. It's been a revolving door of people and players, and they've honestly just been such a strong character back end right now, and I feel like it's Gio and some of those guys holding it all together. But this guy's played 675 games in the National League. He's only 28 years old, all for the Maple Leafs. He's got like 390 points in that span. This guy is someone that we value and will need very much come playoff time. So I'm looking forward to his return, and I don't think anyone should get any good ideas about him being used in any fashion for luring, a high-end forward or different defenseman or any craziness like that. I feel like we need Morgan Rielly on our back end as much now as we ever have, and I'm looking forward to having him back. Looking forward, number three, we're looking at the game here tonight, the Leafs versus Flyers. I know you can say this is a sleeper game and the Leafs should win this one, but if they get caught with their pants down, it's like every game that the Leafs play right now could be one of those sleeper games where, hey, if, don't take this team lightly because they could still beat you. It's like, that's what happens when you're a better team than every friggin' team you play. People are going to say, hey, let's make sure we're ready for this one. I know we beat these guys, 5-2 last time we played them, but, let's be ready for it. That's going to be their identity for the rest of the year because they're a really good frickin' hockey team. They're going to go on runs where they get a ton of points and they get a ton of wins, and their players are all going to start doing, special things and have season career years. That's the direction it's headed. And if you think that, the Flyers in their state are going to come out and beat the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow, I just would bet money that they won't. I got my money on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't even know what the lines or anything is. I'm just looking from a standpoint of a fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Philadelphia Flyers. The way everything's going right now, I don't see Philly doing very much at all, and I look very much forward to the Leafs building to this onslaught of character wins that they are now used to. So let's keep it going, hopefully. Leafs Nation. Back to you, Nikolai.